And this was a perfect match. I'm sure Rosemary would tell you. This place aligns with my vision, it aligns with my values, and I'm really excited to be collaborating with TruBliss and focusing on exceptional services and a great client experience. So today we're here to have fun, and we're here to learn about the services that are offered under Eon Medical Spa. And I'm here to address your concerns and your fears. And it's a very informal, interactive session. So if you have questions, stop me and I'll do my best to answer them. I am a primary healthcare nurse practitioner with over 10 years of acute care medicine experience. My background includes primary care, emergency medicine, and more recently cardiology. And medical aesthetics has always been a passion of mine, and I recently integrated that into my existing practice as well. I'm passionate about the quality of care and the client experience. So those things are very important to me, and I'm sure you see a theme with my discussion here. So I'm a scientist, and secondly, I'm a woman, and I'm a woman who's very interested in beauty. So I wanted to combine these two passions of mine, and it turns out there is science to a beautiful face. That includes a non-surgical approach to restore facial balance, generate a refreshed look, and also to optimize beauty. And how do I do this? I do this by using a combination of Botox or Xeomin. I also use hyaluronic acid fillers, so that includes Belotero or Juvederm if you guys are more familiar with that brand. And I also use PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, more famously known as the vampire facial, and Kim Kardashian is the one who made that popular. PRP is great for just rejuvenating your skin, increasing collagen production. It's great for crepey skin, it's great for scars, it's great for a lot of things. And PRP is also great for hair restoration as well. So for those women especially, and men that have thinning hair, it's great for rejuvenating that. So my goal is to treat your face as a whole. I'm not going to target specific wrinkles and folds. My goal is to create a best version of you, not a different version. So you're going to walk away still looking like yourself, but just more rejuvenated. And I do this by using, as I said, a combination of fillers and neuromodulators, such as Botox and Xeomin, and by softening the deep folds, smoothing out fine lines and wrinkles, restoring lost volume, enhancing facial contours to your cheeks, and at the same time, it's important that you maintain a natural look and you are able to have normal facial expressions. I'm a student of beauty. I love to study beauty. Every single person, I believe, has a beautiful feature, and my goal is to bring it out. I'm interested in results and your satisfaction with the service, and your satisfaction with me as a service provider. I focus on the total client experience, so I'll do everything in my power to address your questions, your hesitations, your fears, and I'll do my best to make it as comfortable of a process as possible. So I don't want you to feel like you're walking into a very clinical environment. You are walking into my home, and I want it to be comfortable for you. Back to beauty. So Leonardo da Vinci studied beauty, and he actually had a golden ratio to what is considered a beautiful face. In all cultures, symmetry is what we consider beautiful. And this is essentially a mathematical formula to recreating beauty. So I do this by measuring certain parts of your face, figuring out where the asymmetry is, and targeting those areas. And I'm going to do this as a part of my assessment for every patient. So as I said, I'm a scientist, and I'm all about evidence-based medicine. I'm all about literature, and as all of you know, aging is impacted by intrinsic factors, things you cannot control, and extrinsic factors, things you can control. For myself, I maintain an active lifestyle, so I'm a triathlete, I'm a marathon runner, not great for your skin, by the way. And not only is an active lifestyle important to me. Making healthy nutritional choices is also really important to me. So I think that's something that you can control. There's things you can't control. You can't control what your mama gave you, right? The genetics, what your parents look like, those things you can't control. You can't control, the elasticity that you lose as you age, or the volume, the fat that you lose as you age, or the fact that the skull changes shape as you age as well. So I can't control those things, but there's things you do have control over. So smoking. I know it's disappearing in front of our eyes.
Is it changing like that?
So things you can control. So smoking. I mean, that's where the smoker's line term came from. The worst is UV exposure. So UV radiation. So photo aging. So that's something we can control. We can wear sunscreen. We can wear a big wide brim hat when we're out in the sun. And then substance abuse and drugs, of course. Those things impact your aging as well. Well, we're going to start off with Taryn, who is a Botox and a filler virgin. She's never had anything. So Taryn, we talked about what her concerns were.
So basically I just feel like maybe like around my forehead a little bit. I don't know, I want to kind of like stop wearing so much makeup, maybe like underneath my eyes. And
when you're young, the heaviest part of your face is up top. So you think of a triangle upside down. So you've got nice big full cheeks, you've got a nice thin chin, but as you get older, the triangle inverts. So you become heavy here, your jowls get bigger, and you're not so full up here anymore. But Taryn doesn't have that at all. She's got beautiful cheeks. Things that I did notice about Taryn is she has a very expressive face, which is really nice, but horrible for aging.
Exactly.
So if you can raise your brows. So she's got lots of lines on her forehead, and if you look really, really angry, there you go. And she's got the lines in between her glabella. And when she smiles, she's got laugh lines as well. So those are all the things that we relax and open up. So that can be done very, very, very easily with Botox. It's a lunchtime procedure. You go in during your lunch break, 10 minutes later you walk out. There's no bruising, there's no swelling, nothing. So no one's going to know when you go back to work that you've had something done to your face. The thing with Botox is it's not immediate results. So Botox, and someone who's a Botox virgin, she'll start noticing the effects within 24 to 48 hours. And they peak at 2 weeks. So what you get at the end of the 2 weeks is what you're going to have for the next few months. Botox lasts about 3 to 5 months, and I say you can get a repeat treatment in about 5 months. So it goes a long way. So we're going to be treating between the brows for Taryn today. We're going to be treating her forehead, and we're going to be treating her crow's feet with Botox. Okay. Botox is great for upper half of the face, so it's good for between your brows. I can't frown because I'm Botoxed, so I can't. Otherwise, my mom always said that I look so angry whenever I'm talking, so now I don't look angry anymore.
I don't look angry either anymore.
Exactly.
I'm always happy. Nobody's gonna know when I'm upset now.
And you know what? I didn't even notice that until...
Do your hand motions.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't want people to know.
Yeah.
The whole point is that I don't want people to know. I have to stop making expressions.
And I frown when I'm upset, I frown when I'm happy, I frown when I'm concentrating, and I didn't notice this until...
I frown when I drive.
Yeah, we all frown. We have these facial features that we don't really even notice until the lines start showing up in your 30s and 40s. I didn't notice I frowned until I was an MC for my sister's wedding, and I watched the video after. The whole time I looked so angry, and I wasn't angry at all. So that's when I started doing Botox, and I do myself. So so I use a mirror, and I do it by myself because I trust myself, and I know my musculature, and I know what works for me. You trust me with that.
Of course.
So as I was saying, we started with the Botox is great for top half of the face. It's good for lower half of the face depending on what we're treating. It's great for relaxing your lip lines. It's not going to give you as dramatic of a result as a filler would. It's great for those people that have a little bit of a frown, because as you get older, your lip on the sides turn downward, so you look sad all the time. You can relax that muscle there as well, and it can kind of release it, and so it lifts the sides of your lips. I don't like doing it alone without filler, so I do like to do it with filler. Botox is also great for people who want to just make the outside their lips a little bit poutier. So we can put a little bit in, and it'll evert the lip out, so that way you see a bit more of the pink portion of the lip. So that's and then with Botox complications, it's so safe. The biggest complication, or the most common complication, and this has never happened to me before, but I've seen it in patients, is that sometimes if the Botox is injected a little bit too far out on the forehead, it can diffuse into the muscle that keeps your eyelid up. So you're not going to be closed, but your eyelid, your eyelid can be a little bit droopy. So, and it's not going to last 5 months. It lasts a couple of weeks. You can always wear bangs over it. It's not permanent. So it's mainly noticeable to yourself more than other people. So that is the biggest, but it's really easy to avoid, and that's not going to happen.
I know it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so that's the biggest thing with Botox. That's the biggest complication. Some people, when they have Botox for the first time, they can get a little bit of a Botox headache, and it just feels like your forehead's really tight. And that's because nothing is moving. So that subsides after a couple of days. You can take some Tylenol for it, but every time I've had Botox, it doesn't really bother me enough where I feel like I need to take Tylenol for it. But people can be a little prepared for that as well. Now for fillers, I love fillers. Like, they're amazing. So I'll tell you guys what I've had done first. So I've done my cheeks, and why would you say, well, you're so young, you don't really need your cheeks done. So when you're 30 is when they recommend you start doing fillers. And I don't mean a lot where you look bloated or you look like you've had something done. It's just, that's when your muscles and your fat starts to drop a little bit. And that's when the aging starts, is when you hit 30. So you put a tiny bit in just to lift you up a little bit. You don't need a whole bunch, and that's all I did. And no one noticed. My mom didn't even notice. All now people said, yeah, now she knows. and that was important to me. It was really important that people not know that I've had something done. And I think that's important to a lot of people and a lot of clients as well. And that's what I want to deliver. I want to deliver where people come up to you and say you look great, but they don't know why you look great. So just a refreshed look. So I did a little bit of filler to my cheeks. I used Bellaterol, which is a product I love. So for Taryn, I don't think she needs anything in her cheeks. She's got beautiful cheeks, although we could do a little bit just up here just to lift it. So we could, with anyone actually, I like to start off with their cheeks because that's where the stuff starts to fall down. So it's not going to be not a lot, because she's got a beautiful, like this part, the part that sticks out the most is beautiful. I wouldn't put any filler there. It would just be higher up just to give her a little bit of a lift, okay? But we're not going to do that for you today because we're going to do your lips instead. Sure. And also for Taryn, it's just she wears quite a bit of under eye makeup, and we were going to do her tear troughs and put a little bit of filler in her tear trough. So that's this area right here, just a tiny bit, and just to make her look a little bit more rejuvenated.
And how toxic is it to the body?
It's naturally occurring in the body. So hyaluronic acid is something that's naturally occurring in the body. So it's actually what provides a scaffolding and to skin structures. So as you get older, your hyaluronic acid decreases. Mind you, this wasn't taken out of another human. It was made in a laboratory, but it's naturally occurring. And if you're not happy with it, we can immediately dissolve it. So if you decide a year down the road you wanna, who is that Friends actress?
Courtney.
That's what she did.
Yeah.
She decided, she had a lot done though, and she
Yeah.
decided she was gonna dissolve everything, and we immediately, it just disappears, and yeah. And it's also the antidote for if there's a complication and we need to dissolve it immediately.
Do you want me to just go wash it? Would it be better?
It's okay, I'll just wipe a few times.
Alright.
Yeah. It's just
It's nice to have someone freeze more.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Can you raise your brows?
Is that?
Perfect. And I wouldn't wanna, I put a little bit to bring it down, but yours don't go up, so I don't wanna put too much there. Okay. That's okay.
And this is
Does it hurt more on the bottom than the top?
I think the top hurts more.
Okay, then we don't need it. No, then we don't need it.
No? Sure?
Yeah.
Here you are, like you would at the dentist's
Looking
office.
like
That's
a-
an option if anyone wants that. I think it just takes longer and like the
Yay!